First things first, I would just like to thank our fans for showing up tonight. They didn't have to at a lot of places. If you're on a 7-game losing streak, when that's never happened before, and we've had the run of success that's been a part of this program for decades, it would be easily understood. But for the crowd to be there the way they were here tonight, on a Thursday night here in late February, I think it's the greatest separator from the power programs in college basketball between Arizona and everybody else. Our fans don't boo when we are down at the half or not playing well. The crowd just stays with us, and coming on the heels of how we've played and what we've gone through, I can't tell you how much that means to the players on our team and the future and everything that is on the table. In terms of tonight, it really wasn't about who we were playing. We needed a win. We needed to play well. And I think, like I told the guys at the end, this game reminded me a lot of Utah and Colorado, where we had some really good moments on offense, and we had some really good moments on defense. There are stretches of the game that you really felt good about what we looked like. But there are also a lot of stretches and things that happened where we didn't play well. And then that's where it gets into who you're playing or where the game's at. Our quest is to continue to grow and learn and recognize the things we're doing well and improve the things that we aren't. And maybe here in the next couple of weeks at some point we can welcome Brandon Williams back. I think that would be a big shot in the arm. Depth, firepower, scoring, if we could get him back. But obviously thrilled to win, and we have 15 wins. Our goal is to try to get more than that and take it one moment at a time.
What stood out to you with this team about the way they handled themselves during this stretch of losing?
We have very little finger pointing. I'd say the biggest difference in what we're doing, we've won, a couple years ago we won 21 games in a row. We've had big stretches where we've gone, 4, 6, 8 in a row, maybe a loss over the last 6 years. You lose 7 in a row, not a lot of people are saying good things about you guys. And understand that if you don't win, that's part of it. That's what we signed up for. But that doesn't mean that you feel good. When you hear things on the outside, what it can do is fracture your team. Guys start pointing fingers, start looking to the future beyond Arizona, make excuses, and then, the effort, the concentration, which when you win is in place, leaves. That hasn't happened with us. That's not why we've lost. The great group of kids, it's never changed. We have very little, almost no finger pointing. We're a group of guys, if you were at our practices the last couple of days, if you were at our shoot-around today, we're working very, very hard. We have good leadership. And I felt like we were going to play well today. I actually thought we might play better than we actually did because we have practiced so well. And I think that's what we can control. And leading into Stanford, that's not going to change, It's can't make excuses, can't go back in time. We have to have a couple great days, great shoot-around, and then 6 o'clock on Sunday, take advantage of our great crowd and see if we can play a better game against Stanford than we did tonight. I think that's what we'll need to beat them.
You talk about Ryan Luther and how he's come on the scene. Today was a perfect example of what he's been up to the last couple of weeks.
I think we had our epiphany moment with Ryan against Washington. He's unselfish to a fault. He's such a great kid. Off the court, that's awesome. But on the court, his greatest weapon is his ability to shoot it on a team that doesn't shoot well. So when he gives up open threes and makes a one more pass to a player that has a worse percentage than him, it's actually really selfish, if you think about it. I think once it was framed to him like that, and we started to go through the numbers and really talk about the responsibility that he has is just to take every open shot he can get. And if he goes 0 for 10, those are 10 really good shots for Arizona. But as it oftentimes is the case, when you're confident you can do it well, you start to see what happens. But we need more players on our team to shoot the ball like him, simply put. Devonair making a couple tonight was awesome. Alex is due. Alex is one of our team's best shooters. Hasn't quite found that part of his game at Arizona. Hopefully down the stretch, he can contribute and knock a couple in as well.
You wanted that run to start the second half and kind of built on that. It was good to see sort of the confidence building up with the guys.
It was, what we've been really guilty of is we just have bad stretches. I think against Colorado, maybe second 4-minute segment of the game, they put 18 points on us. Just knocked us out, like 18-5. Then we get back, but you just gave up 13 points in a 3-minute, 4-minute segment, Same thing against Utah. Our defense was outstanding against Utah for the first 20 minutes of the game. But we hit maybe from the 14-minute mark of the second half to about the 8-minute mark, 6-minute stretch, they just put it on us. I think the thing tonight we never really did is, each 4-minute segment of the game, we were in it. There was never a big run Cal put on us. And, if we put a run on, great. But I think the consistent effort, not being able to move to the next play in the next segment of the game where it's more consistent for 40 minutes. We've just had a hard time playing really good for 40 minutes. And those breakdowns kill you. And we had breakdowns tonight. Cal wasn't able to take advantage of some of them. But on Sunday, Stanford will.
Coach, after losing 7 straight games, what does it mean to you to see the team play together, move the ball around the perimeter, attack closeouts, etc. tonight?
Well, anytime you can get 21 assists, you got to be happy with that. But 21 assists and 11 turnovers, I think 3 of the 11 came in the first 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes of the game. So you think about that. We played really 37 minutes with about 7 turnovers, and that's the strength of our team. But the assists only happen if the guy catching it makes the shot. So we had 27 field goals. We're not a good offensive team, but tonight we had some really good moments. Scoring 78 points was a good sign, and I thought we had the opportunity to maybe even score more.
When Dylan went in the locker room early in the first half, I think, do you think here we go again? What do you think when he goes in?
I just take it as it comes. There's been a lot of things that have happened, but he turned his ankle. He wasn't 100%. He played the rest of the game, but he couldn't move as well. I thought it affected his shot as well. But Dylan's a warrior. He plays hard, always has. Even if he doesn't play well, he gives you great effort.
So when you talk about not playing well in stretches, is it because of the depth and just you don't have enough horses to kind of finish up?
That's really been us from start to finish. And, I think when you're a team that has the record of 15-12, every coach can take the microphone and say, hey, we got to do it for 40 minutes, That's what happens when you lose. But, look, it's no fun to lose 7 games in a row. It's certainly not what we're trying to do at Arizona. But it happened, and I'm glad that we were able to win tonight. I think the bigger question is, can we build off of it and play a really good game on Sunday? In my mind, there's no game that we've played this season that's bigger than the one we play on Sunday. We only have 2 home games left. And to try to take advantage of both of those games, play our best basketball down the stretch. Again, we have our fingers crossed that Brandon can join us. We're a better team with him, and that's our focus.
Sean, how would you, explain what you're asking Ryan to do in this zone offense and how he flows to find open spots?
Well, he's very good in the high post in the middle. He's safe with the ball. He's a good passer, but generally he doesn't turn it over. But we want to get him the ball there. But we try to move him around, take advantage of his shooting. Just to play him in one area is not smart. Being able to have him, in the base, along the baseline, in the corners. Sometimes we obviously pop him out, play 4 out. When we play 4 out, he's one of the 4 perimeter players. So he has the opportunity to be the recipient of a pass. But his gift is his ability to shoot it. We want him to do more than just shoot threes, but on our team, creating good open shots for him is big. And I think that when that happens, like at ASU, it was a hard-fought game. A big reason we were in that game the way we were was Ryan got hot from 3. So he's important to our team.
When you passed up the shot to go for the dunk, did you think he had the dunk?
I never. When he jumps, I never think he's going to dunk it. I think the ball's going to hit the front of the rim, and he's going to land right on his back. But he surprises you once in a while, for sure.
So how do you balance that when you say, you obviously got some confidence you guys needed, but like you said, Stanford's going to be a different test, and how do you keep them, alert to what's coming ahead, maybe tougher on both ends before Sunday, but yet kind of keep the confidence up from the game like this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not at all insinuating them. I'm going to be hard on them and take their confidence. But the one thing about a player that they know when you're lying as a coach, they know when you're sugarcoating different things. They know when you're kind of giving them that fool's gold. They respect the truth. It doesn't mean that you can't enjoy a win or a good moment, but we showed a lot of good clips. We worked very hard to really present the good moments we had both in the Utah and Colorado game. I mean, we spent a lot of time showing them both individually and as a team those clips. That's being honest. That even though we lost 2 games last week, there are times when we played really well. And then addressing the things that aren't as good. And that's what we're going to do. I think any program or coach or team that wants to do things the right way, this is what we did well, this is what we didn't, this is what we have to be better at on Sunday, this is what Stanford does well, and because of that, this is what we have to be the most ready for. So with having said that, that's what the next couple of days will be about. And like I said, we have a great group of guys that are willing to work hard and listen. That doesn't mean that we're going to win or play well, but I think we have good intentions.
You said you were hopeful about Brandon. Is that possibly even Sunday, or still?
Not that I'm aware of. I would look at him as being not available on Sunday, but I guess there's a slim chance, depending on how the next couple of days go. But I think once we get beyond Sunday, potentially more probable as we go on. But he could get a setback in the next couple of days or over the next 5 days and not play a single minute the rest of the year. So it's really about being really smart with what we're doing. And the only way he would play is if he's pain-free and he's been able to practice and prepare himself. And the last part is, just like Chase, when you're out as long as he's been out, because he's out practice and games, you don't just wave a magic wand and all of a sudden he's going to score 18 points and look like he did against UCLA. I mean, there's going to be a progression. So he knows that, we know that, but we'll be better with him than without him.